Hey guys, how y'all doing? I'm here to give you guys a recap on a new episode of Quan Zhi Gao Shou, or you can call it the King's Avatar, Full-Time Expert Master of Skills, which is on episode 7. Now, this episode right here was pretty cool. At first, when I was watching the episode, especially towards the end, I thought it was a little dirty, but at the same time, I think it might be a show of a sign of possible respect. But if anything else, let's just get this started. We have to it that one of our buddies here, which I forgot his name apparently. I haven't been Huang Xiao Tian, if I remember correctly. Sorry. Was asking if they should go for a PK round, that kind of thing. And of course, we do see a scene with Mu Cheng and so forth walking out of the building and etc. And like I said, Mu Cheng is one of the best girls I've been seeing in this series and this season, honestly. Aside from me rambling on about that, we have to it that Huang Xiaotian ends up telling Yishu that he has to return Impossible in the years to come. And of course, Yishu says, "Of course I'll return." But we also have to it that Xiao Tan asks him, "Why don't you just switch teams?" That kind of thing. However, Yishu explains why he didn't switch or even go to another team. He says that Mu Cheng would terminate her contract. I'm thinking in my mind, oh my gosh, how many years does she have left? It's like 1.5 years or something, I think. 1 year and a half, I believe, if that's the number correct. And I'm like, are you serious, dude? What's this idea? What's this thing about terminating contracts and getting new ones? I'm just trying to understand that, because I thought a certain player stays on the team for a while or whatever they choose or something, but I guess that's a little bit different. And whatever the case may be, Mu Cheng has always been following Yishu around, and it's pretty cool to see her maybe hang out with him and so forth. I actually like that a bit. And aside from that, I thought there might be a handshake between Hong Xiao Tan, and before he goes, he says, "If you need any help, you let me know," right? And of course, he was asking for the fee, which is really, really funny. I'm thinking about mine. Oh wow! And as for Hateful Sword, which I don't freaking care about, honestly, he was pretty surprised to see maybe Mu Cheng might be involved or something, but that would be not the case. Aside from being in the bone graveyard with his friends, we have to it that another player who's trying to do a player killing out of nowhere, and he took care of the other suckers no problem. But apparently, when he faced Yishu, of course, he actually had issues and was actually defeated. And seeing that, we have to it that there was another guy who's playing the other player's account, and we have to it that that Yishu, after defeating him and so forth, or even possibly doing anything, it was actually surprising to see that he actually knew the guy. But if he understands the movements of his skills, etc., it's Wang Shi or just Wang Shi or something. I don't know how to pronounce his name. I apologize if I get it wrong. Please don't slap me right and left to all those who actually know how to pronounce the name, because it's hard for me to even get it down when it comes to certain names. But aside from knowing the guy named Wang, he ends up saying that he is known to be the magician because he is very unpredictable. His skills and everything else altogether is literally one of the very few things that made him becoming one of the greatest players possibly in Glowy. And aside from what's been going on, we have to it that that he has Yingji and along with some other players to go after Lord Grimm, and they thought he was just a newbie. And of course, one of them who is apparently on Team Herb, which is the club, which is Wang Shizhe, that he's currently captaining or being in leadership of, tells him to go after a new player. Well, they thought he was a noob and they could take him out easily, but apparently with every skills he's been using, along with sidestepping or going aside and dodging, it just shows that they are beyond his level. But apparently the captain comes out of nowhere with a group of other people to go attack him, Lord Grimm, which is what Yishu is currently. And of course, the way how he says it, the captain tells him, "Here's what I want you guys to do, okay? I want you guys to form your own teams and take down the toughest boss in history. And this is this guy." And they go "He's the toughest boss in the world or in history and glory? What are you talking about?" I'm pretty sure everyone must be shocked about it. But Wang CJ or something, how you pronounce his name, I'll say Wang because that's one easy way how to like pronounce it. Says, if I'm not mistaken, if I'm on 80% correct, this guy, Lord Grimm, he is Yi Shu. And apparently, I'm pretty sure he might have noticed it because if he actually like because he went head to head with him with another player's account, and just by the APM actions per movement, how we want to say it, just by his actions and movements with his skills and so forth, I'm pretty sure like he might have fought him before or even like notice him in a certain way. Aside from Team Herb that Wang is currently being in leadership of or being the captain, which I call him the magician because I think he is the magician if I remember correctly said in this episode. But we also see the gunner, which apparently his name I believe is like Gunner Zekai, I think. Zekai? I don't know how you pronounce it correctly, but all I know is like he was used for a McDonald's thing. I'm like, are you freaking for reals, dude? I was pretty shocked and thinking in my mind, oh, whatever. So overall, pretty cool episode. It is just a player killing episode, although like it was like Wang, the magician's maybe intention to understand Lord Grimm because we do know that Lord Grimm, of course, Yi Shu has been like grabbing a lot of like popularity and has been going out kicking major butt out there. And of course he has his team to like here's your training regiment, form your own teams and take down the toughest boss in history, which he considers Yi Shu the toughest boss in history, which shows a sign of respect the way I look at it, along with saying like I know this guy, you should all like use everything you got and train again and put him as a major training obstacle because he is one of the like greatest players in history, as he's trying to say, or in other cases like Set is giving a sign of respect to him. Aside from certain titles and so forth, there are actually like a couple of titles said in here. There's like one that's called Battle God, King of Fighting, the Magician, Sword Saint, and Great Gunner. I believe there were like I think almost like 3 of those names I already mentioned, and then one of them is the Magician, which I think that's the 3rd one, and then when it comes to the other 2, maybe Sword Saint, etc., that might be something else, but yada yada yada, it was pretty cool. aside from certain like actions happening in this episode, I thought it was pretty cool, player killings and so forth out of nowhere, and yeah, I look forward to more. I'm pretty excited to see more episodes, and there's only a couple left, which I'm really sad about. There's only on episode 7 right now. We're gonna get into episode 8 next week. So anyways, until then, I'll see you guys in my next video. So alright, I'm out for Zero, people. Have a good day, and I hope to see you guys in my next video. Alright, peace out, bye bye.